Hello! So my previous upload was my travel video of my weekend in York. I decided to go hunting for independent bookshops. Unfortunately I couldn't go to a lot. Because of our schedule we couldn't go until Sunday, and of course most of the shops were closed then. And also a lot of bookshops in York seem to only open on very certain days, but I still managed to find some really lovely ones. This is the Grimoire Bookshop. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right, but they do rare and second-hand books, and when you walk in, it is floor to ceiling of old books. I dug around and I got some sheet music. I play the flute, and sheet music is generally pretty expensive. However, I got this and it was only £2. Just down the road from the Grimoire Bookshop is the Little Apple Bookshop. They sell new books, it's all very bright and colourful with really gorgeous editions, and the children's section was particularly wonderful. It also has a really good poetry section, which tends to get neglected or understocked in some stores, but this one was really lovely. Next up is the Inkwell. It describes itself as a pop culture general store. It looked really interesting, so I popped in on the morning I left. It's mostly music focused. They do books about musicians, they sell a lot of vinyls, and they do record players as well. What I really liked about this store was that it was laid out like a schoolroom. So there were these old desks, the till was the teacher's desk, and there were blackboards everywhere, and it's a really cool place. I couldn't actually go into this store. It's called a Janette Ray, I think. I couldn't go in because it was closed on both of the days that I went. It looked lovely, and it was a real shame I couldn't go in. I accidentally stumbled across The Travelling Man, and this became one of my favourites. It's a comic book store, and when I went in, it was like walking into Wonderland. It's full of amazing comic books, graphic novels, zines, board games, and everything related to comic books. Also, the staff are really nice. If you've seen Ghost World, the bit where they go into the comic book store and everyone's really hostile to them, this shop was the complete opposite. As I browsed the store, they were just chatting to customers, like, you know, they were talking to their friends, and it was just a really welcoming atmosphere and a very fantastic place. Another one of my favourites was the Minster Bookshop. It's gorgeous. It's right by the cathedral, and when you go in, you can just get lost in room after room of books. It's 5 floors of pretty much any genre of book. They specialise in folklore, especially Yorkshire folklore. They sell antique, second-hand books and old maps and prints, and they have really good price for books. I got A Clockwork Orange, which was one of my absolute favourites. The second book I got was his poetry collection called Opia by Alan Moore. I haven't actually heard of Alan Moore before or read any of his work, but something drew me to that book, and I had to flick through and I liked the poetry. Also, it was only £1, so you can't turn that down. All the information about these stores are in the description. If you visited any of these or you have any recommendations, please do share in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!